Hello and welcome to Smaulgld's American Silver Eagle update for the month of May 2017. Well, the silver to gold sales ratio soars in May at the U.S. Mint. What are we talking about? The U.S. Mint sold 245 times more American Silver Eagles than 1 ounce American Gold Eagle coins in May. A very high ratio. To put it all in perspective, U.S. Mint sold 2,455,000 American Silver Eagles in May, which was up 67% from the 835,000 sold in April. However, perspective, American Silver Eagle sales in May were down 45% from May 2016 sales of 4,498,500. Through May, sales of American Silver Eagles in 2017 are down 52% year over year. Now, before we get started, we've got some great charts. I just want to let everyone know the 2017 Smaulgld Silver Supply and Demand Report and Video Companion Series is now available. We've already shipped out the first set of reports to purchasers and produced the first video in the Smaulgld Silver Supply and Demand Series, and that video dealt with the bull-bear argument about whether silver is an industrial metal or investment metal. And on the bear side, we destroyed the myth that silver is primarily an industrial metal. And on the bull side, we destroyed the myth that silver has so many uses and is in tremendous demand. That is also not true. So if you want to check out the Smaulgld Silver Supply and Demand Report and Video Series, you can do so by, it's a long report. We're going to break it down into segments. You could do so by, if you're a Smaulgld patron, you can just send $15, special price. If you buy one of the first 50 reports and video series, you get that for $20, and the regular price is $25. I'll put a link below where you can check it out. Let's get to those American Silver Eagles. Now, you've seen we had some contradictory headlines, but the real story for American Silver Eagle sales in May was that they returned to about normal levels that we've seen in the past 6-7 years since the financial crisis. American Silver Eagles indeed did fall 45% in May from last May. However, if you look, it wasn't that bad of a May compared to recent years. In fact, it was better than 2015's May, when the U.S. Mint sold 2,023,500. Remember, May was, not May, but 2015 was a record year. So even in a record year in May, the U.S. Mint sold only 2 million, and you could see, while it's the second lowest since 2009, the 2.45 million that were sold this May, it's still higher, and it's in the range of what I would consider acceptable and not eye-catchingly, shockingly low. All right, now let's look at where we are this year so far. American Silver Eagle sales by month, every month lower than 2016. Remember, 2016 was not a record year, but the first 5 months certainly were. They were ahead of 2015's pace. 2015 was a record when sales caught a bid in the second half of the year. So it looked like American Silver Eagles were really on a tear. They were on a tear from the second half of 2015 to the first half of 2016. But you can see we're up from 835,000 to 2.4 million in May, up from March's number and up from February's number. But through May, the U.S. Mint has only sold 11.2 million American Silver Eagles. At this time last year, they had sold over 23 million. Here's your pitch to donate via Bitcoin. No one's done that in months. Since the price took off, no one has sent me any Bitcoin. Used to get a few here and there when the price was below 1,000, but ever since it took off, no one wants to part with it. So you can donate via PayPal. That would be nice. That's just cash. Remember, cash is trash. No one wants it. I'll take it. Okay, let's go through some more American Silver Eagle statistics. Now, if you want to buy American Silver Eagles, you can do so through the Smaulgld site, through the banners, through the links below this YouTube, and at SD Bullion, BJSC, Golden Eagle Coins, Money Metals Exchange. It's not investment advice, but if you do buy, Smaulgld gets a small commission, and you pay no more, no less than if you visited those sites directly. And you can compare pricing and shipping at those dealers and make your choice. Now, let's look at where we are over the last 31 years in American Silver Eagles. You can see 47 million is the top, And it looks like this year will be better than 2008, but probably be the lowest sales since the financial crisis, unless we have something like happened in 2015. We really pick up in sales the second half of the year. Now, if we were to do 2 million for the next 7 months, that'd be 14 million. You'd get to 14, 20. If you get to 25, you might get to these levels right here. Again, if they pick up, we'll never know. We'll see what happens. Now, what's going on with premiums? Premiums on American Silver Eagles have been very steady ever since they came down after that spike in September 2015 when the U.S. Mint ran out of silver planchets, couldn't make any more Silver Eagle coins. The Canadian Mint ran out of had the same issue, and then the Australian silver kangaroo came hopping to the rescue, but still there was a period of time where the premiums had shot up. But since then they've kind of you could see they've leveled off. You still pay a decent amount because you're never going to pay less than $2 unless there's some type of ridiculous sale, because authorized purchasers, the few that get allowed to buy directly from the U.S. Mint, they pay $2 over the spot price of silver per coin, no matter what the price is. So that premium is always going to be pretty high on the American Silver Eagle. Now, the silver to gold sales ratio, that's kind of the headline that we talked about at the top. Look what's happening. During the financial crisis, people ran to gold in big numbers, and silver sales started to take off. These aren't the sales, but you can go back up and look at the sales. You can see them heading up as the price drops. Oops, let's get back there. As the price dropped in on silver, American Silver Eagles really took off, and the gold sales started to fall. So you started to get an increase in the amount of silver sold relative to gold. And the way I measure it is 1 ounce American Silver Eagles sold versus 1 ounce American Gold Eagles. And it reached a peak in 2014. Now, 2015 was the record silver year when they sold 47 million, but in 2014 the U.S. Mint sold 44 million, very healthy, and that led them to sell 106 American Silver Eagles to every one Gold Eagle, 1 ounce Gold Eagle. Now, in 2016, that came down. It was something I was predicting would happen with Brexit and people getting nervous and heading towards the gold. And they did. And then silver sales fell off the second half of the year, but gold sales took off the second half of the year, and that ratio went to 46-1. Now we've got the reverse happening. Silver is cheap, and the gold sales at the U.S. Mint are just atrocious. Not that the Silver Eagle sales are taking off. They're just normal now, I would say, in May. So we'll see tomorrow. The May gold sales rose from 3,500 1 ounce American Gold Eagles just to 10,000 in April, just to 10,000 in May. So we're seeing this elevated silver to gold sales ratio. Here's the year. So in the beginning of the year it was kind of normal, 59-1. February it was 57-1. Then in March it went to 100-1. Then last month it was 238-1. And in May the silver to gold sales ratio was 245-1. Wow. Now the gold silver ratio went up 9% in April, came down a bit, about 1.4%, still at that elevated level, over 70-1. It has been there for quite some time. Remember, if you're interested in the gold silver ratio, you can go to Smaulgld. I think I put the link here. It looks like it's gotten taken out. You can always find it up top. You go here, gold silver ratio, click on that. You can get, here, I'll show you what it is. You can get the daily gold silver ratio. You can also get historic charts as well. And I think that does it for this report. Yep. So thank you very much for listening. Here, I'll quickly show you the gold silver ratio as it pulls up. And remember to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and to subscribe to Smaulgld. And remember about that Smaulgld 2017 silver report. You can always find it's on the front page of Smaulgld. You can buy it, and then I will also send you those videos which further outline what's going on in the report. If you have questions on the report, I will update and answer those questions in the video series. But there's your chart. There's your 1 day. There's a 1 day. Where is it? You guys want to see this? I'll show it here. It's a 1 day chart. It moves around quite a bit in 1 day. There you go. That's what the silver to gold ratio looks like. It's 72 to 1. And you also will get, I'll tell you what, you're probably better off going to the chart yourself.